Buenos dias and welcome back to another video, everybody. I was recently on a 10th anniversary photography shoot, and this lovely couple brought along their daughter, and they just wanted to celebrate their 10 years of marriage. And we shot the images at the beach, and it was a lovely time. Beautiful family, had a blast. Now, once the photo session was over, I wanted to quickly get my images into Lightroom, start editing them, and then obviously share them to the client. You can definitely go the free route by using something like Google Drive. Google Drive is a simple way to upload your images, put them in a folder, and share the link of your folder to the client for them to review. The only thing with Google Drive is that the layout isn't as aesthetically pleasing as other services, but it will get the job done. There are tons of other services that will do the job, such as Shootproof, Pixieset, SmugMug, just to name a few. But since I use Lightroom Classic to edit all my images, I decided to try out Lightroom CC, which is the mobile or web-based, cloud-based version of Lightroom, to create an album and then share that link to that album to the customer. So once you are in Lightroom, you will see an assortment of different tabs: Navigator, Catalog, Folders, Collections, and Publish Services. Navigator gives you a preview of the selection you have in the Library tab or the Develop module. We're going to go ahead and create a collection. As part of creating a collection, you need to select the photos that you would like in the collection. Makes a lot of sense, right? So let's go ahead and choose 3 photos. We'll choose this first one here. I'm going to click on the Command key on a Mac and select this one, and let's select the last one there. So now I have 3 photos selected, and I want to create a collection for those photos. So you go over here to Collections, open it up, go over to the right side, click on the plus button, which allows us to create a collection. I'm just going to name this 3 photos. I know, very original, right? And then under options, you have checked off, or I have checked off, include selected photos, which makes a lot of sense. That's what I want to do. I want to include these 3 photos. I'm going to leave blank the make a new virtual copy. I don't need that, and I don't need to select it. I don't need to set it as a target collection, but I do want it to sync with Lightroom, and that means Lightroom CC. So if you notice off to the left side of this collection, you'll notice this little symbol, which means that it's actually syncing with Lightroom CC. And that's all you have to do on the Lightroom Classic end. Now let's jump into Lightroom CC and take a look at the album. Here we are. The album has already been made, and yes, they call them albums in Lightroom CC, and they call them collections in Lightroom Classic. I didn't name it, wasn't me, don't blame me. Okay, let's move on. So let's click on 3 photos, the album, and there you have it, the 3 photos that you selected that you would like to share with your client. So it's as simple as right-clicking on this album, and you'll see Share To, and then Share and Invite. We want to go ahead and share and invite, enable sharing, and then what we want is not invite only. What we want to use is anyone can view. This just makes the flow a lot easier. If you use the invite only, it's not the worst thing in the world, but your client will have to sign up for an adobe.com free registration, and that sometimes can get in the way of the client just actually viewing the photos. So just use anyone can view. So what you're going to want to do next is go down to the Display tab and make sure that you have everything ticked that you want on. We want the title on there, 3 photos. If you wanted another name, obviously you could change it here. I want my name there as the author, and then the theme will be a photo grid, but you could change it to a column or a 1-up. But I like the photo grid. It actually provides a nice aesthetic. And then you can go appearance dark or light. Let's go ahead and go with light. Now let's go ahead and click on the Settings tab and make sure we have all of the right things here. Allow JPEG download. So if you are sending this off to the client for them to download the images, you go ahead and select that. Show metadata, I'm going to leave that off. Show location info, I'm going to leave that off. And then allow comments and likes. Again, you can leave this on, and it's actually a great way to communicate with your client for each individual image. However, they're going to need to sign up for an adobe.com account. Just keep that in mind. I will leave that on in the meantime. All you have to do is click the Done button, and then you'll notice at the top center of the page, you'll see a link that you can copy right off of this clipboard, and then you can send that to the client in an email, and they can check out all their beautiful images. Let me show you what that looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and paste this in a browser right here, and the 3 images load up just like we named it, 3 photos by Pablo Diaz. And then here's the 3 images. They can go up here to the triple dots in the right hand top corner, click on them. They can download all the photos, or they can click on each photo and download each one they would like individually. And we can scroll through all of these by arrowing over on your keyboard, and so on and so forth. Let me show you one last thing in the sharing capacity of this Lightroom CC album. So we're back in the Lightroom CC album, and if you click up here on the triple dots in the right hand corner, you can go back to share an invite, you can add a connection, you can rename the album, you can delete all 3 photos so they won't be available, set the 3 photos to a target album such as before, or store the album locally. What I want to do is go back to share and invite. What you can do here is you can actually stop sharing this album, which I'm going to do now. I'm going to click on stop sharing, and it'll give you a message as to what's going to happen if you stop sharing the album. Link access will be set to invite only, so that means you would actually have to invite the person. All members and invited users will be removed, and photos uploaded by others will remain in your library. So I'm going to go ahead and click stop sharing. So what I'd like to do next is, I still have that link copied on my clipboard. Let's see what happens when I try it now in the web browser. All right, I'm here in the web browser. I'm going to paste that image, enter it, and you can see on the screen, this is what I get. I get that I need to sign up or sign in, but essentially this link has been broken and I've stopped sharing this album. So remember, if you're already utilizing the Adobe Creative Cloud bundle, then you have Lightroom CC available to you. Also, if you have the photography bundle, which includes Photoshop and Lightroom Classic, then you also have Lightroom CC available to you. So it's a very simple and beautiful way to get your images to your client for them to share on their social media, print out their images, and just have a really good time enjoying their photos. All right, that's gonna do it. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. I really love you to be part of the Buenos Dias Imagery family. Comment down below if you're already utilizing Lightroom CC, the web-based version, to share your photos, or give me your best services for sharing your photos with your clients. I'd really appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up if you liked any part of this video. We'll see you on the next one. Peace. To go ahead and, but since I use Lightroom Classic, if you are not, so let's jump right into Lightroom, and I'm gonna okay, once in Lightroom, you'll look at, but we're gonna move on. We're gonna go ahead and create a collection. I'm gonna